So the question is how to use color creatively, intuitively, if we know color indications. I think it's a great question. It's a really, really creative question. And I'm really happy that I can give some sort of an answer, even though I'm mainly using protocols myself. I have several students who got into really creative use of color. Now, what they do, they just literally use color intuitively. Some of those people are acupuncture people, so they use color more on meridian, so they go off the meridian and then they just create. They create their figures on the skin, especially with UV, which is less specific in terms of color indications. So, for example, in a general use of color, if you use red, we use red more to energize the point or the meridian or the zone, to increase flow of circulation, microcirculation in the zone, in the line, in the point, in the area. When we use blue, we are sedating the same thing. We are sedating the point, the meridian, the line, the area. And so here, if you're going for red and blue, for example, you really need to know what you're doing in terms of, is it a heat condition? Then you need to use blue to balance, or is it a cold condition and then you need to go and use red in balance. So the classic example is, for example, you have a cold, and cold could be with temperature or without temperature. So for example, if you have cold without temperature, is you have runny nose, you have scratchy throat, you have like headache, and but you don't have temperature. So this is more of a cold condition. This is more what is called in acupuncture cold invasion. And then we use our classic points, for example, Higu or lung 7, or stroking the line between lung 1 and, large intestine 1 and large intestine 4. So we're using all those things in red color, because what we want body to wake up and start doing something. We want to activate blood circulation, flow of energy in this part of the meridians, lungs and large intestine, which are connected to the what is called cold invasion. And this way, we are helping the body to summon the forces and fight the cold. If, however, if we are already developed some temperature, especially if it's a high temperature, then we need to use blue color, not red, but blue on the same points, on the same lines, because then blue will sedate the points and the meridians, and what it will do, it will still not suppress the process. So body will still be fighting off pathogens, so to speak, and you just contain, what you're doing, just containing it, the inflammation and the whole response in safe in safe zone, in safe temperature zone, because high temperature is good when we have some kind of pathogen invasion. It's just we need to watch that our body doesn't overdo it and doesn't kill us basically with too high a fever. So this is example of more specific use of color, where you do need to look, is it hot condition or is it cold condition? When using UV, for example, or when using colors like green, which is neither really cold nor really warm, or you use turquoise color, spectral turquoise, which is more color for the soul. When you're using this type of colors, there is less room for mistake, because basically they are neutral colors in effect. They do have their specific indication too, but in terms of hot and cold, for example, heat and cold, they are not so specific, so you won't make a mistake using them. And yes, you can use them intuitively.